Hello, everybody, and welcome to Optimism Fractal. We're here for, I believe, our 57th meeting. I have the pleasure to be here with Tadas, Rosmari, Howard, and Zaal. I hope that you are having a great day. Thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. Anybody out there who's watching on YouTube or elsewhere. And if anyone wants to say hello, of course, feel free. I have a little presentation about Optimism Fractal and to the agenda for today. So I'll jump into that and hope that everybody enjoys the event. And yeah, feel free to share any thoughts now if you'd like to as well. So today at Optimism Fractal, we're going to be exploring the civil society of Ethereum, reimagining civic cooperation through games, so on-chain social games at Optimism Fractal. Everyone's welcome to join these events on Thursdays, on bi-weekly Thursdays at 17 UTC to experience how democratic gameplay can strengthen Ethereum's regenerative future and really throughout the society for Optimism and the Superchain, all communities. Check out, like, and share the tweet from Optimistics to help spread the word about Optimism Fractal. Appreciate it. And check out optimismfractal.com if you're not familiar. Optimism Fractal is a community dedicated to fostering collaboration, awarding public goods creators, and optimizing governance on the Superchain. On this website, you can learn all about it. We have the link to the events that you can join to network, make friends, and collaborate with talented builders on the Superchain. And of course, at each event, we feature and focus on the Respect game. That's how we coordinate our events. Respect game is an innovative on-chain social game that enables communities to coordinate better. Basically, the way it works here is that each person takes a turn to share what they do to help optimism. If there's a bunch of people, then we split up into random breakout groups. And then each person in their group collaborates to rank each other's contributions to optimism. And based on that, if they can reach consensus, then they receive respect, a soulbound token that provides growing benefits as our reputation system expands. We record videos of each event as well. Everyone's welcome to join these videos and play their part, share their thoughts, showcase their work, as well as watch the videos to learn more about the Superchain and Ethereum. And we're also building with respect to. So we're building fractal apps. There's Optimistics Toolkit and open source suite of tools for community coordination and decentralized governance, and to play the Respect game that you can learn more about on the website. Optimism Fractal is an excellent place to develop your on-chain career and business, whether you're new to on-chain or already building some sort of business or organization on chain. You can learn how to use our tools. You can grow your reputation by earning respect on the OP mainnet and learning more about the Respect token. You can enjoy the harvest. Lots of people share great feedback about Optimism Fractal that we're grateful for, and there's lots of benefits you can see here. And we're building in public with open source repositories and a Notion site where you can get into more details. And there's lots of opportunities to earn funding as well on the Superchain through Retrofunding. Lots of opportunities in the Ethereum ecosystem. So great place to build your reputation and a business and so forth. And we're also pioneering the future of governance with fractal democracy. So at each event, we carefully adhere to our protocol specifications about how to play the Respect game and so forth. We've been working on fractal democracy, several people in the community for several years now. You can learn more about how you can get involved with the Optimism Fractal Sages Council by earning respect and then helping to make decisions for the community, and also with the ORDAO software that we use, the on-chain software that Tadas has pioneered to enable us to execute decisions on-chain, as well as many other integrations such as with HATS protocol for role-based allocations based on respect. And we also host the Optimism Town Hall at after each Optimism Fractal event too, where people can vote with their respect on topics that they like to discuss related to the Superchain and so forth. Optimism Fractal is founded and presented by Optimistics in October 2023, and it's also supported by Eden Fractal, which is creating educational resources and so forth to support the fractal ecosystem. And we're building on the Superchain, an interconnected network of blockchain scaling Ethereum on the open source code base called the OP stack. Alongside the OP mainnet is Base, World, Sonium, Inc., Unichain, Zora Mode, and many others too. So encourage you to learn more. Optimism.io, Ethereum.org, Base.org for some examples, a place where you can learn more. And the best way to get involved with Optimism Fractal is to join our bi-weekly events on Thursdays at 17 UTC. You can also, like I said, watch the videos. We have a nice videos page here curated with all the videos where we explored Ethereum public goods game mechanisms and how to coordinate legitimacy with Optimism Fractal and Infinite Games and so forth. So lots of cool content where you can see the great builders here. And also, Rosemary's been doing awesome work putting out some detailed threads where you can see timestamps and so forth, and like and retweet and share and to help with the word. Of course, all these videos are on the Eden Creators YouTube channel as well. Encourage you to like and subscribe. And there's show notes for each of these two on the website that you can explore to learn more. We've been documenting our progress for season 5, which we're in right now, on the governance forum for Optimism, gov.optimism.io, as well as our prior seasons. So you can learn what we've been up to over the past several months now. We're almost towards the end of season 5 now. And of course, you can check out the toolkit to see how you can use these up to your benefit and register for the event. Share the invite with your friends. We love to meet more people. So feel free to register for the next one in 2 weeks and invite friends. And Optimistics also host Eden Fractal and Optimism Town Hall too. So check it out. I wanted to do a quick community news section as well, just to give some people some updates. Tadas actually shared this a couple weeks ago, but I forgot to mention it last time. But Tadas has been making plans to launch ORDAO Fractal. And if you go to the ORDAO channel in the Optimism Fractal Discord, you can learn more about this. Tadas held an office hours about a week and a half ago, and I just released the video about that where he went into detail about ORDAO Fractal and took questions and so forth. So it's a really interesting idea. He shared an intent document as well. So I appreciate Tadas sharing this and looking forward to it. Of course, you could see the the respect token distribution from each ORDAO office hours in the chat as well for Discord, as well as the new concept that he created or the intent document. And stay tuned if you want to register on the Optimistic calendar for the ORDAO office hours. You can catch the next one and join to learn more. And I mentioned ORDAO before, but we have an article, Optimistic Respect-Based Governance, where you can learn more about this as well as watch all the prior videos that we've done about it and so forth. So just want to bring that to everybody's attention about ORDAO Fractal and let everybody know. And then Zaal also shared, he's been sharing the Year of the Zaal newsletter every day for the year, which I think is awesome. And so he shared this one, inviting everyone to Optimism Fractal to step into the Respect game, as well as some musical events with Jaden Violet and Adabody and Zaal, so and UVR. So encourage people to check it out and subscribe to Zaal on the Zaal newsletter, as well as check out the Zaal Fractal, which has been going on for 39 events now. And I've been seeing some of the tweets about it and stuff like that. It seems like it's really cool. So I encourage people to join on Mondays at 6 p.m. EST. And then some other community news. We recently published the Eden Fractal video called Fractal Gardens from about a week and a half ago or something like that, where you can see more updates in the Fractal ecosystem. I talked about Respect board game and community coordination tools and so forth. And we also did another Eden Fractal video a couple last week, talking about dialectic AI and how it can enhance fractal decision-making processes. So stay tuned for the video there that you can watch more. And then also we published the Optimism Town Hall video too, where we talked about the Optimism Fractal Respect Game mission, fund distribution, research and research on fund distribution, and a blueprint that I created after I received a grant from the Optimism Grants Council. So encourage people to check it out. There's also show notes too that you can find on optimismtownhall.com to learn more about this grant proposal. And we have some topics on the agenda for this week's Optimism Town Hall 2 after the Respect game. But anyway, let's go play the Respect game now. I'm excited to explore how democratic gameplay is strengthening civic infrastructure, as is Rosmari. If anybody's not familiar, the Respect game, you can find the article about it on optimismfractal.com to learn how it works and the benefits and so forth. But I think everyone here is well familiar with it. So we'll get started and everybody can share what they're doing. Of course, everybody's welcome to share their screens or share any links. Yeah, hopefully we can well, anyway, just hopefully everybody has a great time. So would
I'll
anybody
go
like to
first
go first?
if no one else is going to volunteer.
Zal is on it.
Perfect. Yeah, I like sharing my screen and presenting, and then I'll probably switch over to my phone again. Let me share my screen here. So we've been cooking up at the Zao this week, a lot of different things. Like Dan just said, been doing the daily newsletters. So we had a newsletter today about this event at Optimism Fractal, our 10-minute battles with Jade and Violet in the UVR, and our Adabody Lab session we're going to be holding this week, and probably taking a break for the next 2 weeks for ETH Denver. So that's something we did in the last day. We also actually had a launch this weekend for student loans. So a theme coin that we've created to really incentivize people to bring attention back to the student loan debt crisis that's happening in the United States. And our goal ultimately with using this website, flaunch.gg, and using this platform is that this token is on base, and Flaunch is set up so that a portion of the 1% of the trading fees go back to the project. So you can actually even set that up for that 1% to also go to your community. So we have 20% going, 20% of the 1% of trading fees going to our community buybacks, and then 80% going to us. And we were able to raise around $400 between our 4 projects in the span of the weekend launch. And we didn't have to sell a single token, which was really cool. Because for anything in Solana, you basically have to sell your tokens and dump on the individuals you're creating it. So it's not very viable for long-term business models. So we created this weekend. And with that, I created a couple different tools that I'll start with this one. So this one's basically just a loans checker. So our goal ultimately is to do daily spaces with the student loans team and give out the opportunity for people to get scholarships, which is our form of giveaways. And for people to be included in that, we want them to have at least one or two loans. So this is an opportunity to take a look at how many loans a wallet holds. And then I went from that and I also created a Zaal checker with a Connect wallet and then a check balance. Just like slowly creating more tools with very basic embed code and JavaScript. And I'm a big vibe coder. I like this new concept of vibe coding with AI. I've been really enjoying it every day when I'm on the bus. I kind of think of a tool that I want to create and just see if I can create it in the span of my time on the bus. So, been doing that a bunch. Those are two of my successes. One of the things I'm still working on is utilizing the XMTP protocol Paragraph, which was the newsletter platform I utilize, creates NFTs as their newsletters, but it also um, sends the newsletter over wallet to wallet messaging using XMTP. So my goal over the next week is to get this to work properly, to where I'm not 100% sure if it doesn't work or I just don't have any messages. There's a chance that that's a little goofy too. But I'm slowly trying to create this so that it's set up so that our whole Zaal can utilize XMTP for our sending of information. As I find that some people are more comfortable with Telegram, some people are more comfortable with Discord, some people are more comfortable with WhatsApp, some people are more comfortable with XDM. I just kind of want to centralize that in one place in wallet to wallet messaging. So I want to create that for our Zaal and really get people to utilize that and be looking at that every day. In the last week, we also had a Zaal Fractal. We had Fractal number 38. We had two groups of individuals, and we actually had to transition back into Fractalgram V1 due to the recent news that Abraham's no longer going to be able to support future updates to Fractalgram V2. Unfortunately, that was a blow to us, but we keep chugging along and we use the tools that we have at hand. So we were excited that we were able to just jump right into the Fractalgram V1. And I didn't put this up, but I've actually created a fractal host cheat sheet. It's in here though. A mini fractal host cheat sheet so that if anyone wants to come in and become a Fractalgram host, they have the link to install Fractalgram on their computer. And then there's also a presentation that I give at the beginning of every Zaal Fractal to explain how the Fractalgram works. Next things, we had a proposal. Let me make sure. How am I doing on time? 21 seconds. I can run through these. We had a proposal to give 100 points to Jed for helping us figure out some Fractalgram V2 things. And we had the most votes on this one that I think we've gotten. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 different people voting. So that was really cool for me to see a lot of people getting involved and about 10% of that total voting power. I created the Fractal cheat sheet, and then the last thing I did was I started to work on collating all of my communities together, which I'm realizing now I don't have Optimism Fractal on this. But for different NFTs that I've collected, or different community members I've been a part of, or different individuals that have been supporting as a vendor, as an event organizer, or anything like that, and just really trying to start bringing all of my personal notes onto the Charmverse. So as a team, as the Zaal, we can use this as our hive mind and instead of hiding a bunch of information, be able to have it all for a whole team to be able to look through and progress. So thank you all, and sorry I went 40 seconds over.
No problem. Thank you, Zaal. Congrats on all of the great work. Much appreciated. Thank you. A couple quick notes. One, welcome Tymed or Timed. Not sure how to pronounce your name. Thanks for joining. Hope you're doing well. I saw Time wrote interesting and asked for student loans and asked for a link. So maybe you could answer that. I see that Zal just shared the flange.gg link there. So feel free to add anything there. Also, studentloans.org, spelled with a Z. Loans. No, I'm sorry. Studentloans.xyz. Loan spelled with a Z. So yeah, feel free to add anything else there if you want, Saul. And Tymed, welcome. Thanks for joining. Feel free to say hello if you'd like. And also, I wanted to just share a quick comment on that Zaal too. I think that I think you can still use the fractogram app at the Zaal Fractal. As far
We're
as I
already
know,
having issues with
okay.
it. Like I've been basically bombarding Abraham over the last like month with challenges we've had, and it's just like it's not a productive process right now for us. So being able to come back to something that it was very easy for us to jump back into the Telegram, as great as as what Abraham's done, it's just not amazing for where we're at, where we're going every week, and kind of need something consistent and easy. But I've been thinking that I might try and work in the next month or two to create something that works for us that has some of Abraham's upgrades to the Telegram as well. Some things that I was thinking that would be convenient for us at the Zao, and if that happens to be a fractal tool for everyone else, so be it, and that'd be amazing.
Okay, well, cool. Very interesting. I'm looking forward to learning more about that. And I don't know if Tadas has some thoughts about that, or perhaps we can talk about that after the meeting at some point. But yeah, happy to hear you've been making it work with the Zao Fractal and looking forward to helping with the development of these tools and stuff to make it as easy as possible, however I can. I'm sure that Abraham and Tadas are feel the same about that too. So I see Zal's putting up claps. If you want to pick somebody to go next, Zal, feel free. Also, Tymed, I'm not sure if you're familiar, but we're in the middle of the respect game now too. So if you want at some point, then you can have a chance to speak for about 4 or 5 minutes to introduce yourself as well, share as your work, and that's what we're doing right now. We're each taking our turns to share what we've done to help Optimism, and so far Zal kicked us off. So now, Zal, if you want to pick somebody to go next, then feel free. And Tymed putting up the graffiti, so sounds good.
Yeah, for sure. I'll pick on Howard. I don't know if I've met you yet.
Yeah, no, I don't think we've met either, but I'm happy to go. Thanks for picking these all good stuff from you too. I like the student loan stuff. Um, for me, I've been traveling a bunch since the holidays. I went actually to the Australian Open, which I'm on the East Coast, so that was a big trip. Um, and then other than that, I haven't been working with Abraham all that much. I can see that I've missed quite a bit. And then I I've been working on like a liquidity, like a Uniswap V3 liquidity app with one of my friends, and we've just been kind of working on that. We just kind of started, and then now though we're getting ready for ETH Denver. I'm gonna hang out with Rosmari, Dan, and Abraham out there, and if anybody else is gonna be out there, definitely hit me up. Happy to hang out, and that's just about it for me. Not too much to report. What sounds like Tymed, he just messaged us, said he'd be in Denver. Cool, man. Hopefully we'll see you there.
Yep. Looking forward to it. Zal seems to like it too with all the emojis. Howard, I think you only took like maybe a minute or two to share that. So if you did want to share any more detail, it's like we said before we started recording, it's great to see you back, and I'm very much looking forward to meeting up with you in Denver. And yeah, if you wanted to share any more detail about, hope you enjoyed the Open in Australia. That seems like a long ride, but if you wanted to share any more details about I think you said you're working on an app with liquidity pools. We're using Uniswap V4,
So
or
we started with V3. We're
oh, V3.
gonna
Okay.
yeah, because V4 literally came, yeah, well, it went live like just the other day. Well, like last week. So we started with V3. We will be incorporating V4, but yeah, this is really just a good way for me to get some more kind of like work experience. My buddy has done a lot of stuff, so he's been leading and almost been like mentoring me, and then we're trying to then build this app to help pretty much launch coins with like a guaranteed floor by holding enough liquidity in order to like hold a specific price. So yeah, we're just starting, so there's not like too much to report on that front, but that's about the basics of the idea.
Where will the contracts be deployed?
Um, we're thinking on probably base.
Okay, so it's contribution to Optimism
Yes,
Superchain.
yes, which is why I brought it up because it would be, yeah, it's part of the super chain, so it would be part of Optimism. So yeah. technically a contribution. But
Very cool. Well, yeah, I'm glad to hear that you're developing and learning more skills with smart contract development, and I'm looking forward to hearing more updates too. So, like I said, you still have a couple minutes left. If you want to share any more details, or if you want to pick somebody to go next, then you can do so whenever you're ready. And yeah, would love to hear updates when you have more to share about the project you're working on now, as well as if you start working on anything else. Then it's always great to hear the things you're building.
yeah, definitely. I will pick somebody else. Let's get Tadas in there.
Okay, thanks. Wait a second, I will prepare my notes.
While Tadas doing that, by the way, Howard Zaal wrote, "What's your you might have seen it, but he asked, what's your best contact? What's your ex or best contact?" And he said he'd love to connect, so you might want to respond to him there.
Yeah, I didn't see that. I will probably just put in my Telegram.
Cool.
Yeah, so this last few weeks regarding development, I updated a lot of packages in ORDAO. Especially I wanted to update Privy because there were some wallet connection issues for some people from last week's meeting. And yeah, I think it's Privy related, and I hope they might get fixed because Privy had a major version update. So did that, and meanwhile it also fixed some vulnerabilities detected by GitHub dependency bot. Not sure, most of them weren't serious, but still. Then I implemented compatibility with respect. Yeah, so basically the way initial version of ORDAO was meant to work with ERC20 standard as the old respect. Now it can work with respect 1155 as well. So that means that respect tokens that we are issuing now, for example, on Optimism Fractal, we will be able to use it as old respect of some next fractal. And this is relevant for DAO fractal because right now it's using uh, old respect of Optimism Fractal, but in the future it will be using DAO office hours respect that we have issued as old respect of DAO fractal. Yeah, that's regarding ORDAO, and then I also did some other improvements to scripts in the Frax repository. In particular, implemented script to synchronize in case any blockchain events are missed. So ORDAO has a backend component which listens to blockchain events to index stuff and so on. And yes, from time to time, unexpected issues could arise where those events are missed. So I implemented a script to fix that. Yeah, and that's all regarding development. I've been also working on some ideas how to get more funding into fractals. I shared them with Dan and Abraham. I'm not ready to share them more publicly yet, but soon. Keep 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 checking. I will probably present them initially in ORDAO Fractal first drafts, and then elsewhere. Yeah. So I think that's all from me. And also I did the standard maintenance tasks like distributing respect. I triggered the execute action on respect distribution for ORDAO office hours and Optimism Fractal. Yeah, that's all.
Sounds good. Thanks, Tadas. If anything else comes to mind, got more time to add it, or if you want to pick somebody, I think you know the drill.
Yes. Sorry, I don't know why I'm waiting. Rosmari, Rosmari, do you want to
Or
go?
if anybody had questions for Tadas, real quick, I guess I could ask too, but yeah.
Okay. Yes. Sure, I can go next. I'm gonna stop the timer and share my screen. So save the timer. Okay, so these past 2 weeks have been relatively busy. Well, there's a bunch of videos that got released at the Eden Creators YouTube channel. If you're not following it already or subscribing, perhaps feel free to subscribe. And so these videos are, I think, the ones that got published. The OTH stands for Optimism Town Hall, EF stands for Eden Fractal, and then OF stands for Optimism Fractal. So as you probably all know, all the events that we do are recorded, and then we publish them at on this YouTube channel. So they're all contain timestamps and show notes that can be found in the description of each. I also, apart from producing these videos, I get help on the timestamps, but I do the show notes and the thumbnails, and I also promote the events. For example, I promoted this event. I made this image. I put the ETH Denver logo here, the mushrooms, because I've been into mushrooms lately, and the green pill, and open civics, and all this good stuff, like the respect game. And yeah, I shared this promotion at the usual places where I share it, like Optimism Discord, Base Discord, the Warpcast, Twitter, Luma, and so forth. You can find me at Rosmari and subscribe or follow the Optimism Fractal channel there for the latest updates and so forth. And yeah, I've been sharing lately more and more in the Ethereum channel. So I've been kind of just sharing loads of tweets. I started recently making different tweets on promoting not only the events but also the videos, and sort of this like tweet thread style that you can see here, where I tag kind of key contributors as highlights. And this is so far I started doing that with the main kind of the room that Dan is in, which the recording gets published. And I'm looking forward to doing that with the other breakout rooms soon. But this is what I've started doing so far. And so I give kind of like a overview of contributions, and I tag people there. And that kind of spreads out more of what builders are doing, and kind of just gets like a nice visual representation of the work. I also have promoted the Eden Fractal event. As I mentioned, we had a special guest there, that thanks to Tadas for inviting them. We had Dialects AI being presented, and you are encouraged to check out the episode. I had like, again, a thread here to present the event. Also, I did like a video promotion for the latest, the one before the last one, Eden Fractal event. Again, kind of following a similar format where I tag key participants to the discussions, and kind of give out like different timestamps from each of the kind of discussions that were happening, so that makes it easier to find. I also have been exploring other kind of what's happening in the industry. I listened to this book, Exploring MicroFi. As I mentioned, I'm a bit into the mushrooms and that kind of all region movement. So I have also been exploring Allo, the Allo protocol, and actually the Allo Capital. Now, the Allo Capital, and I've joined their, I think, a few meetings where they did the workshop. They were also discussing the DAO contest, and which Dan is applying to. And yeah, I joined their weekly office hours. I donated to Giveth. Happy Valentine's, by the way. I donated to Giveth's applicants there at the public PF round. Attended some other calls, and yeah, I've been kind of prepping for ETH Denver and attending the GFEL event, and this is kind of what's happening there too. So I would nominate Time to go next. Also, since it's your first time here, you are free to share whatever you've been working on so far in general and introduce yourself. And yeah, feel free to also, if you have specific contributions to the Superchain, feel free to also present them. And yeah, let me know if you have any questions. We go into ranking afterwards, kind of with the contributions, based on each one of us, our presentations and so forth. But yeah, would you like to go next?
Yeah, I'll go next. I go by time. It's it's TYMED. It means teaching young minds every day. I've been doing stuff in this ecosystem for a while. Currently, I've been working on RWAs. Been working on a uh, a piece that I'm gonna bring up to ETH Denver with me. It's a popcorn kind of uh, item that I created. I've created a lot of things in my past. I was at in like for Art Basel in Miami, had a display of a silver chair that I'll bring to ETH Denver again. With a couple other little pieces that I've created. I've been donating to the Giveth rounds, I guess, or Gitcoin rounds lately. I'm in Green Pill. We're doing stuff up there in East Denver this year. I'll also be doing stuff with the part of my network is Azos Finance. They do stuff with like they're one of the whatever sponsors for East Denver this year again, or with this year that'll be Azos. What else? And then I've been working with consulting for like different things. Like I've been in talks with the Vibe Check. This will be the third year Vibe Check out there. And yeah, I've been I don't know. I don't know what else to really. I mean, I'm going through LA fires, so I was displaced for a little bit, and yeah, just working. And I guess pass it to the next person. I don't know what else to really talk about. I've been trying to working on yeah, agents, but I haven't really fully dived fully into that yet. I think that's oh, and I'm working on a Lady Day DAO, which we started in 2021, which is for women and minorities on Ethereum system. Yeah, looking forward to see everybody in East Denver, and I guess I'll pass it to I don't know Z's phone maybe. Oh,
Yeah,
not quite
Zaal
sure.
so Z's phone is Zaal. He was the one who's going, I think when you joined before, and he just switched over to his phone. So I'm the only person who hasn't gone yet. So I can go next, and I see Rosmari and Zaal giving you claps. So thanks so much for sharing and joining, and also building on Ethereum and the Superchain. That's great to hear. It sounds like you've been up to a lot. I have a couple comments. One, I think you saw that you still have a couple minutes left, so if you did want to add any more, then feel free. And then one, I'm just curious how to best pronounce your name. Is it Tymed or Timed? And then uh, if you want to answer that, then go ahead. But I'm also curious if you want to just provide more detail. I'm curious at how long you've been building. You said a while, and then you said you built something in 2021. And also, if you do want to share any links or share a screen, or want me to share it for you as well, so people can get a better understanding, that's welcome as well.
Well, I prefer just time, like time on a watch,
Okay.
Father Time, whatever. And yeah, I've been I'm not as much as a dev as others. I'm more of a artist in general. So I've been more attaching myself to different projects and stuff like that. Like I started out with Rainbow Rolls in 2020, I think. It's we donated basically it's more philanthropic. Donated 7 million to help relieve medical debt. Um, and been doing a lot more philanthropy in regards to everything I've been doing this whole time. I mean, I've been a part of all different types of conferences, giving stages to different women groups and stuff like that. Started off in like I guess Quantum Miami in what call it in Florida in 2020, and ended up like bringing a whole lot of women and minorities out there to the conference. That's what was the original North American Bitcoin conference, where Vitalik ended up introducing Ethereum to the world basically in I don't know years ago, but and yeah, so I think that was it.
All right, very cool. Well, thanks so much for sharing the additional details. And I'm looking forward to learning more about these. I would love to see more of your work, see your art, as well as some of these communities. I don't remember what it was called. It was the DAO that helped women. I think yeah, well, names there. So if you want to write anything, I see Zaal right. Love everything timed. And yeah, great to hear. Oh, Lady DAO. Or no, Lady Day DAO. Okay, cool. So look forward to checking that out. And yeah, look forward to following your progress along the way too. And feel free to share any links in the chat, like I said, or in the Optimism Fractal Discord too, and we can check it out over the coming days and weeks. And also would love to connect in ETH Denver too. So yeah, me, Howard, and Rosmari will all be there. So hopefully we'll get the chance to speak with you and meet with you in person. And I see Rosmari also shared your Twitter account or your X account. And so also got SheFi and Women in Tech. And oh, you say you know Maggie, the founder of SheFi, I think. So great to hear. If there's anything else you want to share, time, then feel free. And I can also go next if we're ready as well. All right, I suppose I'll get going. Maybe I'll share. It's cool with you, Tom. Maybe I'll just share in the beginning of my presentation. I'll share your Twitter, just so people can get a quick view of what the kind of things you're up to. And thanks, Rosemary, for sharing the Optimism Fractal Discord too. Maggie Love, yeah, she's got a cool name. Great name. She's been doing great work with SheFi, from what I understand as well. Okay, cool. Well, this is Time Inc. _ on X. Recommend people check it out. I'm gonna follow Time and check it out. Oath Data, do some live stream maybe. Okay, cool. So looking forward to seeing it. And now I'm gonna share what I'm been working on and who I am and stuff. You know, I'm Barcaster too. Cool to hear. So maybe I'll pull this down. So I'm going to share what I did to help Optimism this actually 2 weeks because I didn't update that since we changed the since we changed the schedule. This 2 weeks. Okay, so I have this presentation slide at the beginning about introduction to my role. There's a lot to share, so I'll just do my best to share like the highlights of it. But there's a lot of stuff behind the scenes that I'm working on, hosting and coordinating a lot of these events, or all these events and. Help with some of the promotions with Rosmari and so forth, and collaborate with the developers on tool development and so forth. Optimism Fractal, Eden Fractal, and Optimism Town Hall, as well as the Optimistics team, which built tools, and the Eden Creators team, which produces the videos. So lots of stuff there. I'm managing the websites for all these, and then working on a lot of fundraising efforts and campaign development, and developing relationships with people behind the scenes as well to help spread the respect game and fractal decision-making processes and so forth on the Superchain and an Ethereum ecosystem. And you can learn more about me at dansingjoy.com. So over the past week or so, past 2 weeks, I hosted this event. Also did some coordination after Jas had invited the founders of Dialexity to the event, and we discussed AI-powered tools for better decision making. The event is now released thanks to Rosmari, and we had a great discussion there. So encourage people to learn more about it to see how we could use better decision making processes and so forth alongside fractal decision making processes. And then I also created, like I said before, and I'll show later, but I created this proposal for the Optimism Town Hall this week, where I just put together basically a proposal to play the OP Topics game again. And then I shared a promotional message about that, or kind of like an informative message about that in a bunch of different chats so people can see it in both the Optimism chats and then the Fractal ecosystem chats as well, to invite people from all over to join us. And then I also hosted, like I said before, right after the Optimism Fractal event last week, I hosted this video, or I hosted the event about the research that I've been doing into fund distribution system with the Optimism Fractal Respect game. So you can see that video for more details. First, when we put together all the show notes, I just hosted the event. And then I also produced the video. It didn't take much time actually for this one. It was really quick, but I produced and shared the video on a little bit of a delayed schedule for the ORDAO office hours #6. I also participated in the event too and asked some questions, but that was actually over 2 weeks ago that I participated in the event. So I just released the video, shared a little message. And then, yeah, as Rosmari said, one of the main things I've been focusing on over the past week or so has been Allo Capital, which is a new initiative from Kevin Owocki and Rena, who's executive director and of the Gitcoin, and Kevin Owocki is the founder of Gitcoin as well as Greenpill. So this is a hybrid research org, software studio, and venture fund that's catalyzing a network of hackers, thinkers, and doers to help fund what matters in the 21st century to improve fund allocation, capital allocation. So very exciting. They put together an Allo DAO design competition where you could design a DAO for the Allo DAO as they're creating it. So I've been participating in this. I'm working on a proposal that I'm aiming to finish today. But I have a lot of drafts over here basically about this, how we can empower the Allo DAO with the respect game and fractal coordination, and building these relationships and aiming to help them with it. There's a lot of details here about how it could work and so forth. It's pretty messy right now, but I'll try to share it in the coming days, or sometime soon in the chat. Maybe I can present it. I also presented a high level overview of this for a 4-minute pitch with Kevin Owocki and about, I don't know, about 20 other people who were on the call for the office hours that they hosted for the DAO design. And I made a presentation for this. This is the first slide, and there's more slides on it as well. And I participated in the Green Pill Community Network call as well, where they're talking about this as well as some other stuff. And I've been doing a lot of research. They have a research forum where you can learn a lot about the capital allocation that they're doing. So I've been reading a lot of these forum posts and curating a lot of the resources about Gitcoin, Green Pill, and that whole ecosystem. In addition, I also created a proposal for Bitcoin Fractal too. I did this on another network that's outside of the Superchain, but this was an ideathon, so just sharing an idea, and so this could really be deployed on Base or OP Mainnet or any other superchain network. And this provides an overview of how the Bitcoin Fractal could work, an idea for it, which I think could be really helpful for superchain as well as the world and stuff like that. So shared a proposal for how the Bitcoin Fractal could work. I focused mostly on the Respect Games app, but I also did some other work here. And then I also coordinated and I organized a meeting with Tadas and Rosmari. We had a long discussion about a week and a half ago. And then I also met with Tadas, Rosmari, and Abraham yesterday, and we were discussing ideas for retrofunding in round 7 or round 6 or whenever it is, for on-chain builders and stuff like that, as well as building some fractal tools for a friend of mine building who wants to deploy some fractals. I also put out some quote tweets here, just helping to spread the word about fractals and so forth. And then I supported a few projects on Giveth, including Jose's project and Jimmy's project of people who joined Optimism Fractal events previously. So that's it. And lastly, I've been preparing for ETH Denver too and doing a lot of coordination behind the scenes there. And then this is my presentation that I have for the Allo Capital. So thank you all for listening, and looking forward to reaching consensus. If anybody has any questions for anybody, then feel free to unmute and ask each other questions. We're running a bit late, so we only have 7 minutes to reach consensus officially. And if anybody has to go at the top of the hour, then feel free, but we should try to reach consensus on the top of the hour, before the top of the hour, although we could also go a bit over if needed. Thanks for the claps and hearts, Rosmari and Timed. And then I see Time sharing his Warpcast and asking if we'll be on the Shelling space. Yeah, I'll be at Shelling Point, which I believe is what you mean there. So looking forward to joining and also connecting on Barcaster too. So, all right. Does anybody have any questions or comments for anybody before we start playing the Respect game in Fractogram? And
Yeah,
if go ahead, Tadas.
yeah, I have questions, but maybe let's play respect game first.
Cool. Sounds good. We can always ask questions afterwards. And yeah, Tadas, do you want to get together the respect game and the fractogram, or do you want me to do it, or Rosmari, or Howard might be an admin too? I'm not sure. Or Zaal. Okay, lots of options here.
Yeah, I can do it, but
Okay.
I need everyone to join to log in. So I share the link in the chat to respect game app.
Okay, cool. So I think everybody has an account here except for Time. So Time, if you could please click that link, it's respectgame.versal.app that Tasha shared in the chat. Then you can log in with your wallet, or if you wanted to create an account with social media or whatever, then you could do that too. Um, and then once you do that, if you could let us know, then Tadas can invite you to the game room where we'll be reaching consensus on who helped Optimism the most, second most, third most, and so forth. Did you hear me, Time? And are you setting up the account? Time is muted. What was that, Howard?
I was going to say Tadas, I'm using the account that's the username is Heavy H.
Mm-hmm.
Heavy H. Heavy H in the house. In his house, should I say? I feel like I should say that. Is that your rapper name, Howard?
No, that's like a throwaway username that I use. One kid used to call me that. Like one kid used to call me that in high school, and I just all right, you know what? That's a good throwaway name.
Okay. Yeah, respect to that kid. He deserves a respect today for for coming up with your nickname.
So where am I supposed to go to when I'm there? I'm in Fractogram.
All right. When you first go to Factogram, I don't know what it shows like when you first open it. Let me try to open it up and see what it looks like if you're not logged in. It has you see logged in the middle, that big button, and then there you can either go to if you have a wallet that you want to use that you have already, then you can go to continue with wallet down at the bottom. Or if you want to just use an email or Google or whatever to sign in, or Farcaster, then you can sign in with those as well. Does that
Yeah,
make sense?
I signed in with Farcast already, but what it's taking me to is Fractogram. Right under Fractogram it says play with exclamation point, and then under that it says profile. So I went to profile and I was about to put my information in there right now.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
What's your username that you used or name that you signed up with?
It's not three enough E. It's the Farcaster account.
Mm.
I didn't understand that. Could you share it in the chat? Because I need to know what to add.
He already shared the Farcaster in the
Ah,
chat before, so
okay.
I just copied it there. Not three enough, like enough, but three enough. Hyphen ETH, I believe.
Yes.
Okay. Oh yeah, I see him now. If you want to ask, I can just create the group.
Okay, I don't see it yet, so you can.
Okay. I don't see Heavy H either. I see How for Howard, but
It's a username, so if you
oh,
Yeah,
okay, gotcha, gotcha,
that's the
gotcha.
same thing. Yeah, Heavy H and
Okay.
How.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that's the name and username. There's a difference between that. Okay, so I got Das, Rosmari, Heavy H, Time, and I have to add myself and Azal. So I'll have this in just a moment. And then I'll create the room. And I guess I don't know what the number is. Do you know what number I should create? Do you see the play session? Like 122
group
or something?
group number.
Yeah, I think I have to, it says label your group with the name of your room that
Yeah,
we're
so
doing.
group number is one. It's
Okay,
the
one.
Zoom
Okay.
one.
Okay, cool. Okay, cool. I just created that. So now you should, sorry for my confusion there. I haven't done this in a while. Somebody usually does it other than me. But if you go to the play tab up in the top left corner of the app and you see session 123, then you can join there and you'll see you have each of us listed there as well as our accounts. And then you can select whoever you think did the most. So that's where we're starting with level 6, who did the most out of optimism over the past 2 weeks. So please now submit your vote and just remember How is Heavy H, aka Howard.
I'm voting for Zaal. I think when I was listening, it was really fun to hear all of the stuff that he has his hands in, and so I heard a lot of exciting stuff. So, yeah, really good progress.
I agree. So let's put up the heart. We have 5 votes yet. Rosemary's not voted yet. Rosemary's thinking. She's got the hand on the head. All right. We have 1 vote for Rosemary, 1 vote for Time, 1 vote for Joss, and 3 votes for Zal. So we need to reach at least 66% consensus to move on to the next stage. I had voted for Tadas here, but I can switch over to Zal to help reach consensus here. And it looks like Zal has consensus now. Zal gets level 6. Thanks for all the great work, Zal. Much respect. And now we're voting on level 5. So who do we think did the second most to help optimism over the past 2 weeks based on what you heard in the presentations?
I voted for Rosmari because I really like the new promotions for recordings where we see summaries of who contributed what. It's it's really cool to see that in tweet format, and just also to see who others worked on. Especially if you start doing it for other rooms, then I can know very quickly without watching the recording of what people in the other room are working on. So really cool.
Well said. I agree. Rosemary's been doing making firework on the promotions. Did you unmuted? You want to say there? I see you putting up the heart, Rosemary.
I said thank you. I appreciate it.
Okay. We haven't yet received a vote from Time yet. So Time, if you want to put your vote in for who you think did the second most of optimism from those presentations you heard, we appreciate it. We do have mostly consensus on Rosemary. Looks like she has several votes. But how Abraham is planning to build a feature where you can calls it a fast forward feature where you can skip the next round if we don't have consensus yet. But he has not
Yeah,
yet finished that feature.
yeah,
And
we can proceed. I just clicked to proceed.
okay. Oh, there we go. Okay, so now we're voting for level 4. So who do you think did the third most of optimism over this week? And the options are myself, Heavy H, Time, and Das.
So to continue my reasons for voting, I voted for Dan because I think that competition that Kevin Owocki is hosting is really, it's a big opportunity for Fractals because he's creating potentially next big capital allocation platform, and if it's well aligned to Fractals, then it will help Fractals get funded. So I think it's really meaningful work.
Thanks, Adas. I agree. It's a really big opportunity I'm really excited about, and I appreciate all the words as well as you're helping us a lot and making consensus faster here with all your guidance. Like I said, I previously voted for you because I think that what you've been doing with ORDAO, it's critically important for the Superchain and super helpful software. And I love the work that you've been doing on ORDAO Fractal as well as the ideas that we shared over the previous meetings about funding and so forth. So I voted for you, but it looks like I still have consensus, or I can vote for myself. I have 67%, so it says not. Okay. Okay, cool. So I'll accept that, and thank you everybody for the votes. And now we can vote for level 3. Who do you think helped Optimism? I guess we're on fourth most. And we got Tadas, Howard, and Time as the options here. I see Time putting claps up. Thanks for the claps. So hope you're enjoying the process. I hope you're enjoying the game, Time. Looks like we have consensus on Tadas at level 3. So now we can move on to level 2 to see who helped Optimism the fifth most out of the group based on our consensus. And it looks like we're just waiting for Zaal right now to cast his vote. And it looks like we have consensus on Time at level 5. Or no, level 2 rather. And that means we have consensus on Howard at level 1. So we'll all get respect with the higher levels getting about 60% more respect for each level. But we'll all receive respect when we reach consensus. So thanks everybody for the great contributions to the Superchain and joining us here at Optimism Fractal and sharing what you've been up to. And I hope everybody enjoyed the respect game. I see so all right, LFG enjoyed the respect game, the fractal game today. Great to hear. Time put out a mind-blowing mind-blowing emoji. Would be curious about that. And Time said thank you. And then it was all right. Awesome time as usual. Can't wait for the future of what we are all building. Absolutely agree. And very excited for the next steps. All right, so it took us a little longer to finish the game. We can hop into the Optimism Town Hall, which is not really so much of a hop because all we have to do is just stay in the same rooms, Zoom room, and we can just start discussing the topics on the agenda there. But also we can have some time before we get into that agenda and wrap up the Optimism Fractal entirely. If anybody had any last thoughts or questions or comments, I know Tosh, you had some questions, for example, if you wanted to ask that now, or Time, if you wanted to share any feedback on the respect game and your experience or any thoughts about it, would love to hear it. Yeah, so soon we'll go into the Optimism Town Hall and jump into the topics there. If anybody does need to go, then feel free. We'll be here for probably another 50 minutes or so, unless we cut it short. But we have another 50 minutes scheduled for the Optimism Town Hall. I see Howard Heavy H saying, gotta go. See everyone. Looking forward to seeing you tomorrow, Howard, and spending a lot of time, good time together. And it was wonderful seeing you. So thanks so much. Oh yeah, Rosmari said if you can push the results on chain, that'd be appreciated too. Yeah, thanks for the reminder. So once you in the app, in case you didn't do it yet, when you see where it says push on chain, if you could hit that, then that will push it on chain onto the OP mainnet, which will trigger the respect to be distributed. It'll signal our consensus that we reach consensus on the levels, and then the respect will be distributed later this week or early next week.
When I try and put push on chain, it's telling me that let's say it's not could not connect to or client.
It says that for me as well, and I believe that the um, key here for the current version of the app, and by the way, this is like it's a relatively new app, so there's some bugs. So sorry for any issues. But I think that if you're signed in already with your account, then it should work. Or I don't know. Actually, Tosh, do you know? It's also worked for him.
Yeah, it's a wallet connection issue probably. So if you try to log out and log in again, it sometimes fixes that. I think usually it fixes that. It's a bug we have to fix, but yeah, sometimes it happens.
Okay. Thanks to Das. So yeah, if you want to try logging, I'll try doing that too. And then if you're not able to submit, it's okay too with the ORDAO software that Tadas has built. It only requires like maybe a certain amount of respect tokens, and so just one or a couple people could submit it if needed, and we'd still be able to get our respect. So if you're not able to submit it, then that's okay. I see Rosmari asked, are you logged in with the wallet in your browser? That happens if I'm not logged in first. Yeah, that's what happens for me too. Time said yes. Is there anything else you think we should troubleshoot here, or should we just leave it be and just accept that we'll have to figure out the issues with the app and resolve this at a later time?
Just we can go on, but just time if you can try to log out and log in again and let me know if it helps. It would be helpful. And you, oh, did not help. Okay. And what wallet are you using?
MetaMask. Well, I'm using a Farcaster, the log on 5 Farcaster. So it's
Farcaster?
yeah, it's logging on to my Farcaster account, which is connected to an account. Um, but it's not. It's just I don't know. Like when I log in and out, it's just it's still giving me the same connection problem. Cannot connect. I don't know why.
Does Farcaster have a wallet? How does it work?
Farcaster does have a wallet. Farcaster is connected to your it's connected to my MetaMask wallet or to my Ethereum address or to yeah.
Yeah, but when you log in to this app, do you choose the MetaMask option in the modal that comes up?
I don't choose anything. I choose it gives me a QR code to scan in my phone. My phone accepts it has me sign into my Farcaster account as the as it to first recognize that I'm the user. And then so then it loads my profile in there. Then my profile's in there, but it's when it goes, I see all the final consensus, and then when I go to push on chain, it just give me the not it cannot connect to or client.
Okay. If you could join the one way you could help me if you could access browser console to see what it shows and send me a picture or something. But yeah, that's up to you if you want to help me debug this. And I think we should do this in the chat and let this meeting move on.
Okay.
So if you, I think Rosmari shared in the chat the Optimism Fractal Discord channel. Yeah, and there you can find me, Tadas. But technically, it's not a problem if you do not submit this result. Just in case you
look for you in Optimism. You're in the Optimism Discord.
yeah, Optimism Fractal Discord.
Right.
Yeah, Rosemary shared a link above for that. If you'd like to join, then you're very welcome to join. And if you want to help Tadas troubleshoot this, then that's very much appreciated as well. But of course, too, like Tadas said, there's no need to submit it. And also, if you're busy with lots of things, like it seems like you have a lot on your plate too, then no need to worry about it. We appreciate your help, but don't want to put too much on your plate. And we're happy to take care of it to the best of our ability too. And I see, I don't know what Rosemary's saying, Dan. I don't know if you saw the same message again. I could do the same.
If you saw the message, you said that you saw the message, the same message about not connecting to the.
Oh, yeah. Thanks for reminding me. I did get it to work. I logged in again. I was previously logged in, and sometimes I have to like log out and log back in to get it to work. So I got to work, and I was able to submit it successfully. And I just shared the Optimism Fractal Discord too, if you'd like to join their time. You're also very welcome, like I said, too, to share any links to your work there, as well as ask any questions or share any thoughts in general related to Superchain, Optimism Fractal, etc. And Tadas is on there as well if you want to tag him with any support to help us troubleshoot anything in the future as well, or any questions for anything else. All right, I see Tadas and Time are still unmuted. So if you wanted to share anything else, like I said, Tadas, you had some question or comment before. Nope, it's gone now. The moment's
Well,
passed.
I don't know if I think if we have to do Optimism Town Hall, it's probably time. Uh, but I don't know. I just have a couple of questions for Zaal, but I could take it and we could do it over chat.
Okay. Well, I'm happy to start the town hall right now, but also, um, maybe you want to ask the questions real quick because actually I don't. I thought I kind of forgot to set up my presentation fully, so maybe you can ask him a question and then I can just make sure that everything is nice when the presentation rolls. And then, like I said, to Time, if you want to share any feedback or anything like that, then that's welcome too.
Yeah, so Zal, you shared some kind of proposal there, and I saw it was related to Fractalgram app. I
Oh
didn't
yeah.
weren't able to see what was that about. Just curious.
Yeah, for sure. So basically, the proposal wasn't specifically about Fractogram. It was more Jed, who joined last week, Jed XO, has been trying to get the Fractogram V2 set up for 3 or 4 weeks. And I've been working with him a couple hours here and there, and we ended up getting it situated. I think Abraham had it set where the server side had the time certificate, and he's in Nigeria, so he was ahead of the time, and there's something goofy with the time zones. And since Jed had spent 2 or 3 hours extra outside of the Zaal fractals, I thought it would be beneficial to create a proposal. And I kind of thought of this on the spot in one of the fractal meetings. Just give him 100 Zaal fractal just for participating and forwarding us working on and bug fixing. So it wasn't specifically about the fractogram, but more of a him coming and sharing and working on it is him spending time helping us beta test this side of things. So I thought that deserved some points.
Yeah, makes sense. Thanks
Yeah.
for clarifying. Uh, and regarding Fractalgram app, if I understood correctly, if you're thinking of building it, uh, I might have some advice because I thought a lot about Fractalgram apps. So, and
Awesome.
I did some ideas about how I would do things
Yeah,
differently.
maybe that can be the topic for the next town hall in 2 weeks. Dan is talking about the fractogram as a whole, and then Tadas and I can have part of that conversation there and see if anyone else has any thoughts. Because around that time will also be time for me to get some of my stuff situated and start thinking about it more. So I think that'd be yeah. No, I'd love any and all help. I think I definitely want to do it. I can understand why Abraham doesn't have the time to do it, but it's super in line with everything we're doing. So I'd love to start getting our team on it and cooking. So yeah, thanks to Tadas.
Yeah, sure. I can't will not have time to develop it, but I can give some directions about it. Uh, and I also hope to convince Abraham to open source the app again, but we'll see.
Yep. Okay, well, great. Glad to hear that discussion. I have a couple points I'll add to that too, because this is a topic that's also very near and dear to my heart, and I have some a few things that might be helpful here too. So, um, yeah. So also to be clear, I think Abraham is still planning to support the app's development. He just said he needs funding for like major changes or sponsors to be major changes of the app. So I do expect. I know that I spoke with him yesterday, and he said he's planning to. He's been working on the app for building that fast forwarding feature and he's using it at his company too. So I think he's still going to build it too. So you might want to also coordinate with Abraham and or just like have some patience there too. But also having the Fractogram Telegram client is a great option as well. And if I think they could both serve unique and helpful roles. So appreciate your interest in helping to build that, Saul. Also, I have another friend who is starting some fractals, and he expressed interest in helping to build the Fractogram app too. So we have a couple of people who are interested in building this Fractogram app, so that'll help speed it up. And then yeah, I also I'll have a lot of time to speak with Abraham over this time at ETH Denver, and so I'm going to ask him about like what would be helpful for him to be able to uh, focus more on it and open source and stuff like that. And I think one of the main things that that would be helpful is finding funding opportunities for it. So I'm working on that a lot to be able to help on the development of people like Abraham, as well as everyone else in the community who's helping to support the tooling and the general Fractal ecosystem. So um, just wanted to throw those things out there, and looking forward to collaborating on the future of the Fractogram app to help it grow. I see Time said have to leave. I'm looking forward to connecting in Denver. Yeah, well, thanks so much for joining, Time. It was wonderful to meet you, and let's definitely connect in Denver. So you have our contact, and we're connected on Twitter too. So it'd be great to connect. I know we're planning to meet with some of the Optimism Fractal community, as well as a whole bunch of side events and stuff like that. So yeah, let's definitely connect and figure out a way we can meet up in person. And hopefully you enjoyed the Optimism Fractal event, and hope you'll join us back again. Like we said, we have it bi-weekly events. You're always welcome to join. So if you wanted to say anything else before we go, then feel free. And yeah, I'm looking forward to collaborating with you as well going forward. Hope we all go to Breckenridge. Good skiing in Breckenridge. I went there a long time ago. I don't know if I'll have time to go there this time. I'm going to be in Boulder and Denver, but would love to go to Breckenridge. So maybe we can coordinate when we're there and get some quick skiing. I've never been skiing before, so okay. Well, I'll be there until the 1st. So 3rd to 7th. Okay, cool. Okay, well, I don't think I'll be able to be there for that time. But appreciate you sharing. For anybody who is listening in or watching, he was just sharing, Time was sharing messages in the chat about when he'll be there. But yeah, definitely looking forward to meet while we're in Denver though. And I'll be flying in there tomorrow. So happy to connect at any point then. Salute to you, sir. And if any else had any other comments, then feel free. Otherwise, we can get into the town hall now. And hope that everybody has a great time in the town hall as well. All right, I think we're ready to proceed. So, thank you everybody for the amazing respect game and the Optimism Fractal event. Go Optimism Fractal.